Okay. Shut up. Oh, shut up.
We're gonna start.
Okay.
So first we're gonna have the debate for the president position because that's the top position.
Yeah, propaganda.
Well, basically what we're doing, we're starting with the positions that actually have more than one person running for them.
A one-person debate.
Well, no, you should still tell what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
you
course.
should.
And we'll give
I
you a
vote
grade.
for both.
We'll leave that for
instead of you, so
Can I have a voter write-in?
I vote for the
somebody
empty
else?
sets.
What?
No.
Can I have a
No. So, Zooming and Cindy, you're running for president, right?
Yeah.
So come on.
Wait, why do I
If I
have to
remember
say
correctly.
Get on camera.
Cindy first.
Also, I promised I would play this.
Last name order, I'm assuming.
Nice.
We'll play
It
it
was
every
mine.
round.
Olivia, I thought it was Adventure Time.
Have you watched the
That
final
is-
few episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Yugi duels like himself?
Yes.
That thing's so epic.
What?
I'm
Spoiler
It's like-
alert.
I mean,
My childhood ruined.
it has to happen.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
bomb?
oh my god.
Oh,
Does anyone know what the red wire? Blue. It's still no.
Yeah, who left it on?
Copy.
That's the best part.
so, you're just gonna sit there instead?
Would you
We
wanna
can't stand
do
it.
that
Okay,
later?
I vote
I'm kind
for
of done.
neither
I
of
mean, do you
you.
want to do this first?
I vote for the empty set.
Excuse.
Or
I'd rather
Too
leave
weak
that
to
for later.
okay.
What are you, a wimp?
We already announced.
Wow.
And trash talk is already started.
Yeah, right?
Can we like still sit?
So, opening comments.
Is this Street Fighter now?
Yes, Street Fighter.
Wait, what?
Who's starting the...
I don't know. Rock, paper,
Who has
scissors.
a
Someone
point?
take initiative.
Coin flip.
I won't vote for someone who won't take initiative.
I do not have my dice in my backpack
We go
anymore.
alphabetical order.
Last name then. When
First
did we
name.
sit? Well, you still do. When you...
Okay.
No, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Alphabetical by the third letter of the last name.
Let's roll a die. I don't know why.
So, just go.
Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm sure you all know me. Wait, show it to Patrick. Show it to Patrick.
Can't say I have
Don't worry, you didn't even know.
We have
Okay.
a fanatic in the crowd.
So stop. Anyway, so I'm Cindy. I'm a freshman this year, but next year I'll be a sophomore. And you get out of here, zooming. Stop getting in my way.
Oh my god. I'm professional.
Yeah, what is this? Look at this, guys.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
true.
Look at his attire.
Hey,
man.
USA. Arizona.
Cindy, tell me
Well,
your
okay.
life.
I'm not sure I approve of this negative campaigning.
Okay, let's
Seems a
move
bit-
on, guys. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm majoring in computer science and math currently.
Yeah.
I wanted to minor in art, but did you guys know that they don't allow for a minor in art? I was like, what?
It's really stupid.
Isn't it? I was so upset. I was like, guys,
Because
please.
life is unfair and we're all alone.
No.
I don't think the art program here is very good.
But anyways.
Just whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways.
It's only just in case.
Alright.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to be president of GameDev because you guys actually gave me a home. At the very beginning of last semester, I was like, what do I do here in college? I'm so lost. And then I came here and you guys actually gave me a very nice community, kind of like my home away from home, you know what I mean? So it actually makes me pretty happy to be here all the time. My favorite club.
He says it all over again.
I promise I won't do that.
Your rebuttal, Sumi.
It is a lie.
No, you lie. right. You have wigs. Just kidding.
Wait, don't you have that?
What have I done?
That was
Actually, a
awesome.
spy
Don't
from AC.
deny it.
I approve. Anyway, so.
Next person? Go.
Next person.
Oh, because
Okay.
they've
Yeah,
mentioned-
you.
What's your name?
What is
Wow.
a quest?
To search the holy grail.
What is the meaning of life?
I got his vote. 42. Or your vote too.
The knowing.
Well, anyways, for any of you who don't know me, I'm Ziming, and I'm actually majoring in CS and math also, and I'm minoring. Well, actually, I'm considering minoring in music also, if I do have the time. So next semester I'll be doing that, and it's partly because I really like music, but also partly because I want to learn how to compose for video games. And they actually have acoustic composition here, which is really cool. You get to work with software synthesizers and stuff. But the reason I want to run for this club is because I think I have what it takes to expand this club outward and integrate more members in the community who's interested in CS to this club. Because like when I check on listserv, we actually have like more than 100 emails signed up in our listserv. Like there's a pretty significant interest in game dev on campus. But actually before this semester, like the members, we didn't have a very good retention rate for members in, whoa.
Welcome to the UA Game Dev.
It's like they came at the most serious moment possible.
We're having so much fun.
Go on, Tommy.
Yeah. So, I guess like that's not as much of an argument now that like we don't have a good retention rate for the members, but I think we can improve it further. And that's like a part of the reason I started GameDev here. One, to like get more outside members to come in, and second, because a lot of people don't actually have that like experience of making a prototype and like just finishing up the game, and game jams are perfect for that. So I guess I have the initiative to like start events and start projects for the club. In addition to that, since I was a treasurer beforehand, I have experience working with ASUA and the department to get funding for the club. And for those of you who don't know yet, next semester I'll be getting a Ouya for the club, and that should be, is that how you pronounce it?
It's Ouya.
Ouya?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
Ouya without the B.
Ouya. Ouya. Ouya for the club.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun. And either way, I think like Sandy will make a good choice too. It doesn't really, how should I word it?
Matter?
Yeah, I think it's cool if either of us gets the position, so I'm not too worried about it.
You're not voting for the future of America.
What?
Actually.
Don't marginalize me.
I can't think of any political like comments. It's like a joke.
Mhm.
So
Not enough.
Okay.
But yeah, I really like this club too. I've been in this club since like the very first semester I was here. Maybe even the
You're a
first semester.
sophomore?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore. So I've been here for like 2 years, something like that.
Or twice as long as Cindy.
Or twice as long as Cindy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and I've came to basically most of the meetings that I can make. So I'm like pretty dedicated to this club. And yeah,
Cool.
I like this club.
okay, so I guess we open up the questions.
Anyone have any questions to our candidates?
Harvey.
For you.
Oh.
If elected, what would you do?
Are you reading?
Would you allow us to play Facebook?
Yeah, would you allow us to play Facebook games? Play now!
During presidential speeches.
Anyway,
No,
everyone.
thank you.
Go ahead.
No, I
Oh,
was
was that your question? The Facebook games thing?
I was
Oh,
just
that was
making
my
a joke
question.
of
Okay.
if elected.
Okay.
Yeah, Christian.
I just want to point out the more distracted you guys get, the possibly harder work it is for Dylan to edit videos.
People want to see this.
Unless we like knock them out.
Yeah, I do have a question. Right now, we're full of computer science majors, and even though game development does tend to involve more computer science majors, if you look at the credits for a typical video game, they're actually kind of
A lot more.
overrepresented in our club right now. So,
Yeah.
do you guys have any ideas for how to recruit more people from other specialties?
Yes, actually, I was actually going to point out later that I wanted to work with whoever wants to. I mean, yeah, everybody to work on like advertisement flyers for people who are not in computer science, because most people, they have this weird thinking process that game development is all about computer science and programming only, you know. But I point out to them that it's not just computer science; it's art, music, all these other things, that story writing, you know, stuff like that. And people have this misconception that it's just programming. Like, no, guys, it's a lot more complicated than that. So, working on advertising next year, I think would be a really good idea.
Didn't you already start working on that?
Yes, logos. but that's logos.
Yeah,
I just caught.
That's different.
yeah.
Jimmy?
That's interesting because I also had a plan that I think I mentioned to both Sylvia and Cindy before, is that, and maybe some other people, that we will, I think an important first step to take would be to find artists to be in this club, because we actually had like a few artists previously, like last year, in this club, but since we didn't really, we ended up talking a lot more about programming than art in general, and we didn't really encourage art events within the club. Those people didn't stay. And I always thought it would be a good idea to bring the art people back. And one thing I think we can do is to have kind of a digital art subgroup.
You have to turn it off completely.
Noodles are done.
The light has to turn off.
Yeah.
So far we're 2 for 2 on interruptions and zooming.
Cindy, you've
I'll learn.
staged
Too many
this
talking.
entire thing.
She made it go off with her mind power.
If she has mind power, she can join an
All you need
But
is
yeah,
a
like
buffer.
to have some
Okay,
kind of
guys, let's not go into mind screws.
digital art subgroup in the club and encourage them to like communicate and like have events that would like make their presence be more known in the club. One thing we can do is acquire tablets, because those are really expensive and people usually hesitate a lot before like getting a tablet. And
Drawing tablet, not
Yes.
Not-
Yes,
yeah, not a
drawing
tablet.
is drawing.
You know,
And
like a stone thing.
That's the lost commandments.
You're on the roof.
And other things we can do is contact people who's expressed interest in the club before, who like are doing art. Project Sponge had like 3 of them, right? You remember? We can like try to get them to come back, and
I know
other
at least-
people that we met.
At least one of those people graduated already.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who was
yeah.
it?
No, the other 2 are still here though. It was Mimi.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
Mimi.
She was a senior.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did not know that. We also have a big problem with female members.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that.
What do you propose?
Well,
Or what are your thoughts on each?
if you think about it, if I become president, they'll be like, oh my god. So, that's a
That's a slippery slope.
still a plus. It's still a plus because it
It's a
shows
plus.
that
That's true.
I think that's
It
actually
is.
a plus.
it still shows that there are women in this field.
That's true.
Because also the president is like the face of the club. in a way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So zooming.
Well, I'm not a woman.
I'll make you one.
go under like transgender.
I have the
No.
means to make more.
Jimmy's like,
Whoa.
oh, great with
I've been
Calm down
Okay,
there.
I mean, I've been considering for a while to like get in touch with Wix about, like to investigate why there is a low representation of women in the club. I mean, obviously, like we also like talked to Cindy before on this, and the fact that like currently it's all males doesn't like.
Help.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't help.
It's just computer science in general. Really.
Yeah, computer science is. Yeah. When we talk with
9% women in computer science.
Yeah. So technically we actually have. Well, there's Cindy and then.
Who wants to count?
We got this. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Not good
5,
enough.
6, 7, 8.
Nope.
Wait, discount. Wait. 9.
Nope. 5. That's 1. God, that's
This
two.
guy got it.
Okay, that's
Well-
14 so far.
14 divided by 2. No.
Why?
No,
Why?
actually,
Why?
it's there for the first time.
Divided by 14.
Okay.
No
1
matter.
7. Okay, let's approximate.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
It's like-
Another
Better
thing
than
is
the discussion.
Okay, another thing is the females we have
30%.
in this club is historically more art oriented, and I think having like an art subsection here will also do a lot to improve female representation. As Livio said, CS is 9% female, so it's kind of weird to force getting like more female members into this club because it's like I don't really know what that would do to like make us overrepresent the CS department.
Especially because our game has women in the name, so it kind of, takes
Yeah, females
There
have a
you just have to
community
find
in
something
a
to
sense.
just intrigue women into thinking, oh, this is pretty cool.
Well, I think the problem is just it's tied very closely with the problem of finding more non-CS people. Because if our main pool of members is from CS and CS has such a low representation of women in there, then of course we're not going to have a very high representation in this club. But I also like what Cindy told me one time, that the issue of getting more female members is more really the issue of retaining them, because we do get people coming in, we just don't have them staying very long.
So, like, would you say I'd propose like having some talks on like managing those type of people and how they collaborate with like programmers? You
Like
know,
like a team discussion?
yeah, like
How to manage a
because
team?
game dev and the managing of creating the video games, we have programmers who can make video games. We don't have direction. So being able to have direction, and then we have art and animation section collaborate with those two. I mean, those are two major parts of game design that we're sort of. I don't know if we're gonna get Gavelin being here once, but you know, it's just like, yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to answer the question.
You probably don't want to single out the women as well. Like, don't treat them like they're too special. I mean,
Yeah.
it's because there's always that
It's like, oh my gosh,
potential
it's a
flaw as
video
well.
game
I
girl.
think
Yeah.
a productive
Freak
thing
out.
to do is to have like more workshops, like how Wix is doing it,
Yeah.
because some people are in the club because they want to like get a glimpse into it, like take a first step or something, see if it's interesting. But when you just talk about video game theory, that's not gonna really help them any in like making a game. So some introductory level workshops on like to get a game, like to get them to actually make a game really fast might be very good for retaining your members, because they can see the results really easily.
Like, submit your art design and we'll put it into a really crappy video game.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's not- it's a little bit.
You want to feel bad about yourself. That's
It's like,
sure.
it's like Mario, except it's your picture. And just like her face. The president's face on the thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking of ending it at 30, so that we could have equal.
Well, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Closing comments.
Can we be like co-presidents?
That's also a possibility.
That could work.
Yeah.
Not at all a
What,
possibility.
what would be the benefit of more than one of you being president?
Well, you.
I mean, what if one day he fell sick and terribly ill. And
really
he was like,
depends-
Cindy,
Well, it
That
really
depends
depends
on you.
That happened to me last
Isn't that the
night.
process
Exactly.
of the
Vice president.
Yeah.
We don't need you.
No idea.
Well, the thing is,
If
you
you
get both the experience of working with like the department and like ASUA, along with like the female leading figure in a club and artistic expertise.
Because that's all we have to offer.
Well, I think there's also
And all the wonderful things that Cindy is.
Well, I don't want to interrupt, but I think there's also the possibility. I mean, like when you go higher and higher, and like, well, not going higher, but like when you learn more CS, it gets more complicated, and I don't think you necessarily have all the time to just focus.
Yeah, that's true. Time
Like
is
if you have,
true.
I mean, you don't want too many people like being president. Oh, we
Exactly,
have 5 co-presidents
right.
working on that at once.
We also don't need so many officers.
Yeah, you probably
But
but it
even
would-
if you're not an officer, you can still be involved.
Right.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like Cindy's already been so involved that I already think of her as an officer,
Pretty much.
and it's just confusing.
So,
Everybody's an honorary
Everyone
officer.
can come to our officer meeting.
Communism, please.
The hour before these meetings.
so any more closing statements? No? You? Got
I'm good.
something to say? Okay.
Alright.
That's it. Who voted for this guy?
Well,
No.
there was kind of another.
Oh wait, yeah, you're gonna put down the
No,
write-downs.
Right now.
My bad.
Put down the.
Yeah, pass out notebooks.
You guys can pass mine.
We need to write in code.
You know
I'll pass mine. You can stand up here and get ready and whatever you want.
Sure.
Get out of here. You can't vote for yourself, Jimmy.
Does anyone need
Items are not up there.
You can't vote for yourself either, Cindy.
I wasn't planning to.
Maybe I'll just abstain instead.
Yeah, I need a vote.
Wait, should Cindy and Zolming be out of the room just in case? So
Yeah.
so we don't.
Oh, are we voting now? Or?
Yeah.
Actually, if you're gonna leave the room, you guys can just raise your hand.
Yeah.
It's much easier.
But
No,
then there
not
might be
because then everyone
bias.
else knows.
Yeah,
what's
peer
up.
pressure.
Peer pressure.
Everyone close their eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes.
Heads up, 7 up.
I need a card.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did that. Even though I don't think that was strictly necessary.
Just write it down. It's not that hard. Where should we put them when we're done?
Just
Oh,
give
well,
them to Zooming
actually,
or something.
there's
No, give them to Livio, actually. That'd be a
Give
good
them to me.
idea.
Yeah, give them to the
To
guy
the
who's
same
running.
point.
To the current president.
To Mr. President.
Is that like
To the final boss.
President?
The final.
we could
To Ganon.
No.
No?
No.
Well, you,
That's absurd.
Leave it there. If most people think it's absurd, then it's absurd.
if nobody wants it.
That way I feel
That
like
is
I voted
no.
for the
Represented.
What if they have your vote in
Here.
ballots? No, just put it up. If you want the winner, just save it for the end.
And give them an extra vote.
Well, if it's a tie, then I still get the winning side. So at least
At least we're tiebreaker.
Yeah, if it's a tie, just pick something for me.
If it's a tie, fight to the death.
If it's a tie, vote for one my voter.
We're so good.
No, Super
Yes.
Smash Brothers style. Someone dress up as.
Super Smash.
Who wants to be?
You have to cosplay. Why do you do it?
Yes.
Do I have all
I'll be
the
Kirby.
Don't mean you do not suck, okay? Just no.
Suicide off.
Do it survival style. No, you gotta do
Hey,
it. No,
wait, it's-
look at you gotta do it survival style.
How's that?
You read them off one by one.
What vote?
First thing you read.
Cindy. One vote. Empty set.
Empty set.
One vote.
Why
Bowl of fruit.
Myself. Myself.
Myself.
4 people voted for myself.
We need a long drum.
I'm very sharp.
Oh,
That can't be.
Not sure.
Not sure. Is that you?
To me.
You're out of here, Zooming.
We're just
worst reality show ever. There's no
Pretty bad
tension.
reality show.
We're gonna have like the music, it's like, dude.
Wow, everyone voting for Zoom. I was expecting a closer race. Cindy.
We need the sound effects
Well,
from Survivor. Something
not
like
like
Well, we
that.
need Cindy to be an officer somehow. Seriously.
Yeah, Sydney does need to be an officer.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Just
Well, now we know we're voting for Cindy.
the Cindy position, really? That would not be.
That could be.
Hey, see?
Cindy can be logo officer.
Logo?
President.
That
Mascot?
means nothing, doesn't it?
Somebody voted for both.
Count twice.
But they originally voted for Zooming, so.
Doesn't count.
They spelled his name wrong, Cindy.
Woo!
And my vote was not counted.
That's pretty
I
close.
voted for Zooming.
Oh wow, this is getting.
That's close.
Oh my god, this is so hot.
Okay.
Alright,
No,
Dave.
seriously, the
Need to
room.
know
No, the
how
room
it
is
is.
kind of hot. I feel.
Zooming is the winner.
College.
No, it's seriously hot in here.
Oh god. People were sitting on the couch.
Recycle.
Oh,
Recount.
No.
Like,
No.
we're gonna hand them back out again.
No, we're drawing pictures. Okay, we just need to make use of them. We don't want to throw them away just yet.
Vice president. So who's running for VP?
Are we not putting a co-president option? Let's leave that off.
Yeah, no.
Cindy, are you not gonna run?
Co-president.
Co-vice president.
What? Why?
My race is over.
What is this?
Come on.
Full time is
Come
over
on.
for me.
Come on, Cindy. You'll be fine.
You're taking
My career is over.
Get ready.
To rumble.
Yo.
Okay, opening comments.
Really hard one.
Yeah, I know.
Who's
You
going
wanna go?
first? Dylan, go first. Your name is.
Go on.
Minus how you look at it.
Well, my name's last on there. I'm looking at it a
So
different
Tyler
way.
doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, that's
Then
cool.
you'd be first both ways. Make sense?
Perhaps. Yeah. So I mean, I'm vice president right now. Come on. Isn't
Incumbent.
yeah? I'm pretty sure incumbents have like the advantage.
Yeah. But everyone
That's not
loves an
how-
underdog,
that's not
so.
how you-
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no.
That
Underdog was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not a proper political debate.
We just got into
There
I'm
we go, man.
expressing my humanity to the crowd. Yeah. So, as most of you, I'm assuming, have noticed, I haven't been here all year because I totally have a class right now that I'm ditching for you guys. Dedication.
You'll always be in our hearts, okay?
Dedication.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got into this club because, I mean, that's kind of the reason I chose CS as a major. I was like looking at everything when I was getting out of high school, and I was like, I want to do everything. And you can't really do that. There's not a major for that. But you can get pretty close with CS. Because if you go into video games, you can get the computing side, you can get the art side to the music, like all of this stuff. And all of that was what I really wanted to do, like writing, art, music, programming, like it's all fantastic. So that's kind of the reason that I did this. And the reason I think I'd be a good vice president. Like I represent that constituency that we're lacking to a decent extent, and I would like to actually help spread that as far as talks go. Also, I guess when we started this, or when the position came about, it was last year around this time, probably the last meeting when we were voting on it, and we were like, hey, let's make a vice president position. But we didn't really know what it wanted to do, so we were like, job description, picks up the slack. So I think
Miscellaneous.
Exactly. I think I have a really good idea of what I want to do with the vice presidency now. Like, I actually want to make it more like organizing the talks and having it more getting people into the club, going out, like talking with people, being almost one of the representations of it. Like you're saying, the president would be like in cahoots with like the department and the club thing, ASUA. But I mean, I can talk to Debray. I've had him as a teacher. Like I worked for him. I know him like on a decent level. I went in to talk to him about the women representation thing, about all of that. Like we've had discussions on things. I don't know. I think I would be pretty good. Yeah. And as far as picking up the slack goes, I've been pretty good at picking up the
What
slack.
do you keep looking at?
If that's, huh?
You keep looking.
Oh, I'm just looking around.
Okay.
It's good to be conscious of the time.
You have like a list.
Sorry,
of
it's like
cards that
a
come
twitch because I'm used to like looking at an agenda or something and like going down a list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or like at
All right,
slides. Yeah. So for picking up the slack, I mean, I'm here. I wrote a presentation last minute for today. I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff. Like I came to the game jam when people needed like a time slot. Just all sorts of stuff. I think I've done pretty good. Yeah.
In the service space.
Oh yeah, in the service space. Well, we're working on that. It's half done. Yeah.
Next person.
Yeah. Next.
Your turn.
Go, go, go.
Tyler.
All right, I'm Tyler. I've been in this club since it was founded my freshman year, so want to say that was 3 years ago, something like that,
Was
2.5
it as long as Dylan?
ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to be vice president because I think I can really help the club. I've been the marketing officer for this past year, and we've increased our membership, which is pretty good. I've also worked with the other officers pretty well. I've helped develop our budget, and I've helped just with general decision making and like marketing stuff. So I've been to most of the logo meetings. I think all of them. Yeah, I've been to all the logo meetings to help design like the future of the club, and I have a lot of general leadership experience, both starting like early in middle school and going up to now. So I think I would make a good candidate for vice president for those reasons.
Any questions? Oh wait, clap first. Go. We will take questions from the audience.
What duties, this is for Tyler, what duties are you considering like taking up if you get the position?
I primarily think that the vice president's job would be to like organize talks and to give talks, because right now I believe in our constitution it says that the vice president or
We have a
or
constitution.
yeah, we do. we actually do have one of those, but it says that the vice president / old man in cave / whatever else we want to call him,
Yeah, something.
yeah, mini boss, is responsible for giving a talk like once every month or something like that. I think it's once every month. I'm good for that because if you've checked the Facebook poll with all the different talks, I'm probably half of them. But I can give a lot of talks on things related to art, to music, to general project management, because I've done some work in the field already, so I can share that experience with our membership.
Any more questions? Anybody? Sir. Here you go.
Why should we not vote for the other guy?
That's a very fair question.
Oh wow.
Because
No.
you should vote for me instead, and my wonderful qualities.
I'll retort to that last thing. It's not really no, not that. Not that.
What?
You have many wonderful qualities. I'm not questioning that. Just about saying like yes. A point for you would be that you can give lots of talks. I think if you look at the Facebook poll, none of mine are on there because I kind of can't go to meetings and thus can't give talks.
Mhm.
But if I could, I definitely would have put a ton of them on there. Like there's a lot of stuff I really want to talk about.
I mean, you already gave several talks last semester.
Yeah, I gave talks last semester, but not everyone here was
And
here
this
last
is a
semester.
year long term. It's not like we're doing it every semester.
Right.
I mean, we're having it stay for.
Yeah.
It starts in the fall.
Yeah, it starts.
Yeah, it starts in the fall.
Not today.
So you'll be here
Yeah, I'll still be here.
for the meetings in the fall.
Yeah, I'll still go. I'm not gonna like bail because you didn't vote for me.
No, I meant,
Are you considering that?
Right. No.
Drop out of school.
I mean, I was here like, yeah, I've been to every meeting, like, well, not every meeting. I've been to every meeting other than this year, like Tyler. Like, I started the same year, time, semester before Zooming started. I think that's when it started. It technically started the winter before that, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
He had a
Yeah.
question.
No,
Yes.
I felt bad that no one asked a question and you guys needed to talk more, so I raised my hand and hoped I would think of something.
That's
How
cool.
thoughtful.
Well, I mean, we are
I
kind
was
of taking up
just
like
gonna
a lot of
make
the
something
time.
up like on the spot. I thought,
Yeah.
I can improv this, but no, I never came up with a good question.
Sorry, asking a question from the
That's
textbook.
cool.
I can ask one from Triple Town.
No. No. We're talking about
Okay.
exclusion principle.
Okay.
So, if everyone's done closing statements, everybody.
Do you have any closing statements?
Fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Anything you might have forgotten to mention before?
A lot of stuff probably, but I think I forgot. So.
What did you forget and are currently
I'm
forgetting?
currently forgetting. Forgetting how to do bit division.
For shame.
You could mention that you're
I
a
thought
section
you were a
leader.
CS major.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I am a section leader for 335. I have a lot of experience like programming, teaching people how to program, stuff like that. So, I mean, just
Yeah.
more,
You can.
yeah, more stuff in the sense of talks, things that I could do, experience teaching. Yeah.
All right, so I suppose I could say that I'm a computer science and math major as well. So if you vote for me and Cindy, or me and Zhu Ming, yeah.
Assuming one of those.
Assuming one of them won.
Hey, speaking of which, can you help me with Descartes' rule? I do not remember it at this moment. I want to find out roots.
Oh, I can help you with the law of Demeter.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I don't know what the Cartesian product is. I'll do that, but
I want
anyways,
product.
Yeah.
also I'm a conference associate with GDC, and I'm going to be again this year. So, yeah, more experience.
Give out recommendations,
Oh.
which is like you're going to be good.
I'm going to be gone next week.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Next week.
Yeah.
What's GDC?
The Game Developers Conference. Yeah.
I feel bad that I didn't say it also. I always want to be part of a group.
It's almost.
I can't hear you.
What are the leadership experiences that you speak of?
Oh, so in middle school, I was on my the engineering team there. In high school, I went to 2 different high schools. So in Georgia, I was on the engineering and science team. We won our state regionals for the engineering challenge there. Then in high school, the second in Buena, which is in Sierra Vista, I was on my my team's, or my high school's robotics team, and I was lead programmer there for my senior year, and I was one of the only programmers there for my junior year. I was also in I was in ROTC or JROTC for 2 years in high school.
Okay, everyone done? You guys done?
I have a question.
Alright, you got a question.
Okay, so I know that Zubing brought up earlier that he wanted to do like workshops for people to get them interested. Now, if you guys were going to do a workshop on something, what would you choose?
Yeah, that's good. So, like, I was thinking when you were saying that, like, I was thinking about it. And workshops, I guess, it's harder to do a workshop on, like, something that's not CS in that sense. If we were to do the workshop, like someone mentioned it, you would do something like build a game very quickly. And that would be a pretty good experience, but we were talking about this in one of the last officer meetings, and I think a good goal for the club shouldn't just be like get a job in the industry. It should be like well balanced within the industry, so know a lot about a lot of things. And I think if we have a large constituency about of CS majors, then we should do some talks about something else, something about music, something about. I mean, Tyler has talks about music. We have a source in Reprimand Media who has a talk about art for video games. And I think we need to find more about that. But if we were to do a talk for like art majors, then maybe that would be the talk to be about programming, so that they can actually get an idea of like what everyone else is doing.
So I think probably the most useful workshop would be rapidly developing a game, because a lot of people, they come into game development and they just want to do something. They want to see how games are made, and so part of the problems that we've had is that we start off with theory, kind of doing things the slow way and trying to explain to people sort of why things work before just telling them how things work. It's sort of like explaining the theory of mathematics before you teach someone how to add. It doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I'm thinking like a mini game jam sort of thing. During the workshops, we just guide them through making a game. So I guess a cross between a tutorial and a game jam.
Like a mentored game jam.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be cool.
so they have less freedom than a real game jam, but in that restricting their freedom, you're giving them experience in just the process, so that when they're presented with the freedom of the world and just here, develop a game of your choosing and design, then they'll at least have some idea of where they're going with it.
That totally reminds me. Since we're getting the Ouya.
Ouya?
Ouya? Ouya?
Like,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh yeah!
Ouya without the beat.
Ouya. Okay. Since we're getting that, I think, like I was talking to Olivia about this, I think we should make the next game jam, like, we should give some kind of prize to people if they make a game for the Ouya. So there's kind of, we have games for it to show off, and I don't know, that would be pretty fun because everybody would be on equal ground. Like, no one's made a game for the Ouya yet. Have
It's
they?
Android.
It's Android.
It's
Oh, it
Android,
is?
so if anyone's made
Well,
an
they
Android
have
game,
a development kit.
right, but it's
But no one's
it's-
used that,
It's
right.
Android based, and you could have used it because they have released it a while ago.
Right. But the likelihood that you would have without a console is kind of, yeah.
And at least you don't feel like if you're completely new to it, you won't feel like you're going to be a noob surrounded by veterans.
Mhm.
I've done art for the Ouya. It's literally like developing for a smartphone with different controls.
Cool.
It has the same specifications. You're basically working for a top tier Android or iPhone device.
It's an Ouya. Woodworking.
Question for Dylan.
Yeah.
You said one of the primary responsibilities for Vice President would be to organize talks. But since you won't be here for the meeting studies this semester, how do you plan on fulfilling that?
Well, you don't necessarily need to be at the talk to organize it.
Yeah, but
What I really wanted to do, or I don't know if that's fully realizable right now, if we can start that right now, just off the spot.
Next semester is when the officer positions actually going to affect.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
actually,
being here.
Right, I know. What I'm saying is, like, I don't know if I can actually do it by the end of the semester because we already have, like, the list on Facebook. We already have, like,
Yeah.
a different system of organization for it. We just kind of do stuff off the cuff. But what I wanted to do is, like, just have people email me, like, if you want to do a talk or something, and think about how long it might, like, run. How, I don't know, enforce, like, time limits.
Did you guys register for classes yet?
I will, what day is it?
Well,
Oh, yeah, they started today.
mine is
Yeah, I
today.
need to do it today.
Yeah. So make sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
have a class at 5 again.
Ever.
Or we
Yeah.
or we can
You
riff
can
the
always take
time.
a poll and have
Yeah.
like what's most convenient for everybody.
Right, we
We
did
did
that
that.
though, and
It
everybody
always,
wanted
it
5.
always ends up at 5,
Yeah.
so.
I just happens to be.
Someone will write a
Yeah.
script to generate spam and moves it.
Now I will.
I think if we want to have time to
Yeah, we
cast
should.
the votes and
Yeah,
count them, we
So
need to.
we're gonna use the same ballots again. Just don't write Cindy or Cindy.
If you do,
Cindy
we'll
wins
find you.
vice president.
I'm running. I don't. That control doesn't work.
You don't get a vote.
Yeah. No. No.
You need this? Here you go. Just write it.
I buy it.
We might as well vote for ourselves. I mean, it'll be 1-1 either way.
Vote for the president.
Let me know.
Owl, and then- Get out of here.
Oh, I haven't decided yet.
No pressure to vote.
No, we don't. We have to leave eventually. It's perfect for 3DS games. Oh, God. I see. Never mind.
Ow, my ears!
Kind of want to just show you
Still not sweat though. Want me to do Callie's?
You want to do it?
Sure.
Highland?
It's not really that powerful.
Tylen Diller?
We're still going.
We're still.
Oh, you're deciding.
We're still deciding.
Stop pressuring them.
I had trouble deciding too.
I know.
That's why I asked that question. Why should we not vote for the other guy?
Who likes Jeopardy? I'll shut up.
You're trying to get those swing votes by showing off how awesome it is.
I know.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
Every time I give a talk, you'll get a glance at this.
God, it's beautiful.
No, it will change. There will be new awesome desktops.
It was around here. I just like smacked
What's to come?
Wow.
We came together pretty well in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm impressed with.
Yeah.
Another
Are
classy
they-
discussion.
Yeah, I
There's,
think
there's
Sydney's.
a few undecided.
You too, yeah.
Get decided.
Get out of the way.
How you decided? Yeah, love you.
Sorry about that.
I guess we could go through the talk while they're deciding.
Right in the background.
Yeah, we can do that and announce it after
Yeah.
or something like
Wait
that.
a minute.
I mean, this is just like a
We
discussion.
need to officialize the other position as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
are we
How
letting
fast?
the other
How
people
fast?
run for the other
We
position?
have time to let them.
No.
Count
If we
fast.
just officialize it,
Next time.
no, I mean,
Oh.
as they are. I mean, they ran for it initially. They
Yeah.
show that they actually wanted to do that
So-
as opposed to something else.
So who's running for treasurer? You?
Yeah.
You're treasurer.
Yeah.
What is your name?
What is your quest?
I ran for secretary.
Yay!
Really, you have to tell yourself who you are.
Who is the
Muzzle
game? Who's the game server?
Who's the general manager?
Me.
I think we're having that position.
No.
Someone's gonna win with a landslide
What other
victory of
positions do we have?
100%.
Outreach officer?
Oh yeah, we need somebody there.
Oh yeah, nobody actually.
Then we can retire it and put it into
What?
vice
Cindy.
president.
We do, yeah.
Why?
Want
No,
to be
it's
our
there.
outreach officer.
Oh, it was the weird guy.
The
Cindy.
weird guy?
Cindy is the
The guy who we've never seen. Have we not never seen
Oh my god, we are this discriminatory.
Right here.
Is it not strange to run for the outreach officer and have never appeared at a meeting?
No,
Is that
that's
not
true.
weird?
We
I'm just
don't have the
saying.
same. It could have been implicit.
One day he's gonna run.
It is.
Jason.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, Tracy.
How about we leave the position vacant until next meeting?
Or, it could,
Okay.
but weren't we talking about like the vice president and the president doing those duties of outreach
You
pretty
mean
much?
merging VP and outreach?
I mean, like just giving it to. I don't know. I'm just a game server admin. Jeez, stop putting all this. Okay.
In what?
If vice president's doing the talks, I mean, what's the president doing now?
More talks.
The figurehead.
There's a lot of executive stuff.
Bye, people.
I think we're all ready.
Oh, do we have all the ballots?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Let's count the ballots.
Right now?
Go fast.
Thank you, kind sir.
Someone voted for Cindy.
Someone voted for Cindy.
Tyler.
Someone voted for Cindy.
Tyler.
Accept the co-presidency.
Yeah, co-presidency.
Dylan. Zooming. Dylan.
Dolan.
Wait, what did you count a number?
That was Dylan. Wait, I counted 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay, that's
one.
good.
2-2.
Thailand.
Thailand.
Oh, Dylan. With a weird-
Okay, yeah.
That's
Sorry, Tyler.
Dylan,
That wasn't me.
awesome.
Wait, was it? What was it?
This one's Dylan.
Another Dylan?
Another one.
Okay, 4, 6, I guess.
Dylan. Tyler. Dylan. 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 Everyone loves Dylan. Oh no.
Recount!
Tyler. Dylan. Dylan.
+5.
Dylan.
Oh.
And
I think there were only 14 people in this room.
I don't know.
15?
Okay, and then I miscounted.
That's
I suck
17.
at math. I forgot to count the people.
Well, it's a landslide.
Oh, yeah.
Delete one
Unless
vote
we
for
lost a
Dylan.
bunch of
Hey, round of applause, guys.
And the idiot jumped over the wire.
So usually whenever people are undecided, they will vote for the incumbent.
Yeah.
And I sense that's what happened.
Probably. Actually, I don't know what that was, but I'm sorry for erasing.
Yeah. If you were that valuable, they would have written "Do not erase."
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe that was written.
Yes,
there
you
and
totally
needed to
can.
erase
You are
it.
right.
Okay, because people are starting to leave now.
Oh yeah, we should let her talk.
So for any of you who don't know me, my name is Ashley. I'm doing a double degree in marketing and computer science. So right now I'm doing an honors thesis with the marketing department, and I'm looking at game development on the website Kickstarter. So what I came here today was really to ask for participation. What I'm looking at is getting the opinions of people who choose to back games on Kickstarter from a co-creational perspective and from a development perspective. Like what things you look for in a developer or in projects. Basically key opinions like that. So I came to ask how many of you have backed a project on Kickstarter or have visited Kickstarter before? Yes!
Wow, that's cool.
That's so exciting! Okay, so I have already posted it on the Game Development Facebook, but I have drafted a wonderful survey. So if you guys wouldn't mind filling it out for me, I would really appreciate it. And if you could maybe send it to your friends or let me know if there are gaming forums that I should put it on, I would really appreciate it. So, thank you.
You have 2 minutes. Go.
Well, actually, I have 4. Thank you very much.
So how many of you have actually done the survey?
I know.
I did. Cool.
Yeah, you guys should do it. That's fun.
I'll send it again.
I mean, there's so much time for this. But this is kind of like this was supposed to be a discussion to fill time if the things didn't take that long. But they clearly did. I'll just go over this real fast because there's one game that's hilarious and I want to play it. So, if you couldn't tell, the background's Katamari Damacy. That game is fantastic. You should play it or get it or something. What's a game? You tell me. Seriously, tell me. What's a game?
It's fun.
Stuff.
Yep.
Challenge. Stuff.
I mean, like, what do you find in a game? What would you play that you could say this is not a game?
More stuff.
Interactive entertainment.
Yeah, it has to be something where you express some kind of agency, where you put something in that you decided, and what you get out is an interesting result that maybe you didn't expect, or maybe it's exactly what you wanted if you planned it properly and understood the system.
Yeah.
So it entertains you.
Kristen.
I believe video games is a medium where you have to toy around with rules in order to get a produced result, which can be pretty much emotion.
Yeah, that sounds like the definition I got from Derek Green in the game development course. So, how good are these? These are from Webster. It's like activity engaged in for diversion or amusement. So just something you do for fun. That's a game. Or a procedure or strategy for gaining an end. So
That's the math definition.
Well, that's
yeah, maybe. But I mean one where you apply some kind of thing to gain something, to come to some point. Which do you think of these is better? Also, I just picked random pictures of people being confused, so don't.
Well, there's intrinsic and extrinsic values that you can apply in games, and one is you're doing this, pressing a button, and then it provides anticipation to the climax where it shoots. That in itself is an activity intrinsic value for amusement, like shooting a gun. It goes, you press it,
Sure.
and it goes back and it shoots.
So is a gun a game?
Yes. It's a
toy.
But
Right.
A very
So-
dangerous toy.
So maybe like it's not necessarily an activity that's engaged. Maybe like the second one's a little closer, or maybe what Jordan said mixed with what Christian said. What?
I was like
Continue.
extrinsic value. You might not actually have derived pleasure from it, but like
Oh.
leveling up
Sure.
in
sure.
World of Warcraft, that's not actually grinding. Isn't fun. The actual point is fun.
Right,
You
right.
get
So that means the
thing.
end. That is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is pleasure. Right. So Kagami Yamashi, if you've never played it, it's yeah, you can read that. So it was like this game where you're this little alien and you have a ball and your drunk father ran around the universe and broke all the stars. And so you have to go on planet Earth and just pick a bunch of crap up and throw it into the sky to replace all the stars. And that's the point of the game. It's ridiculous, but it's really, really fun because you're trying, it's like a racing game, sort of. Like you're trying to get this amount of crap after like to a time limit. And you have to like make it as big as you can. Yeah.
I also felt its control scheme was also silly as well. Like
Yeah.
you think you just control with one stick, but it's more analogous with an RC car, really.
Right, and so I would say in that sense, it is a good game. Like it might have a silly control scheme,
But it
and it might be
works.
novel, but the game itself is actually fun after
Yeah.
playing it like, I don't know, for 5 minutes. So I would say even that's a good game. Like I love that game. The game's fantastic. Cool. Has every like raise your hand if you've like heard of this.
Yes.
If you haven't,
Oh.
I'll just do it really
subject
fast.
us
It doesn't
to
matter.
this.
So you're this nation's sole representative at the Olympics. Your controls are QW and OP, and you move like his thighs and his calves, but it's really hard to organize, and he just ends up jiggling around. And you can like make him waddle, and you're trying to get like 100 meters like this, and that's the point of the game. So is that a game?
Yeah. Trying to get
But does it have a wacky control scheme? Yeah, and that's like the entire point of the game, isn't it? Like otherwise, if you're just like holding a button to make him run, like really, so that's kind of boring. Like the entire point of it is the control scheme. So like, does that novelty? I don't know. Does that make it like less of a game? Does the fact that it relies entirely on that?
I think you have to consider like how much time do you spend developing it, and also like what is your market? Do you expect to get money for this? And how much are you going to charge for it? And if not, if it's just you want people to play it, how long do you expect people to play it? And if you consider like kind of the sense you get of what the developers intended with QWOP and how long it probably took to develop it,
Right.
it's probably a really, really good return on the investment. So like if you hold it up to Katamari Damacy, it might seem like, oh, this is really gimmicky and simple and small, but it's like maybe it was intended to be that way from the beginning.
Totally.
And I think with good, you also have to think about like, oh, what if you revisit it from a different perspective or a different
Exactly.
time? Like,
I mean, if you look at the reviews on IGN, like replay value is one of the 5 things they look for.
true, but I mean but some games like Super Mario Sunshine, it's like, oh, it got great rave reviews at the time in 2002, but then 5 years later, it's like that game was horrible. It's garbage. It's shovelware, and it should die in a fire. Type of thing. So it's not exactly great.
Yeah, so it might not live up to future opinions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Octodad is another good example. Of
Yes,
this.
I have that game too. Just not here.
It's. I mean, it's. The whole point of the game is it's extremely hard to control, and you have to complete tasks.
Yeah, as this
that are
octopus
almost nearly impossible.
flopping around the house. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's going around right now is Surgeon Simulator 2015.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. It's I've read it described as the guy from QWOP went to medical school.
That sounds pretty fun. Yeah. So like QWOP, I mean, it is a game. It might have a really short play value, but it is still kind of a game. So EnviroBear 2000.
Oh yeah.
Have you played that game?
I've seen it.
This game is so funny. Like,
EnviroBear.
oh my god, this game is so funny.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah. EnviroBear.
Let's do this. All right. EnviroBear.exe.
It's a driving bear.
Operation Hibernation. Eat fish and berries to fatten up. Winter arrives in 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to eat berries and fish. As a bear, driving a car with one hand to control it. So you can turn and hit the gas. And you have to like manage as a bear driving with one arm. So like
do it.
the berries.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
berries.
Oh,
Get
you
them.
got the berries,
Get
yeah.
the berries. Get the berries.
Oh.
Eat the berries.
No, the fish are funnier.
Okay.
Oh God, let's go!
You can do it.
So he has to like cram them into his mouth. So this game is funny, but how long do you think this will be funny? Estimates.
About 15 seconds.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I played this game for like 5 minutes. I played it for 10 minutes, but the last 5 I wasn't having a lot of fun. And there's other bears. Sorry, there's other bears driving around. See, watch him. He's so bad at driving. So am I. And there's just bees. Go away, bees. And they hit you. And you're just, I don't know, after a while you're left with like a ton of fish bones just like piled up in the car. Oh God, and I can't get out. Go away. Alright. So was that a game? Yeah.
Approximately.
Yeah. How long did that last? Like I would say that lasts even longer than co-op just because this game isn't really hard, it's just ridiculous. Like co-op is kind of hard and in a sense you might like strive to the challenge of trying to get him across this line. But this is just like nuts. So is this less of a game than co-op? Or is it just a worse game?
I wouldn't say. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no,
say.
you're not
I don't
forgetting.
like to say less or what's less or what's more of a game. It just seems like it's more reliant on style rather than substance. It's just the whole, like it's the out there, feel of the game. It's just. I don't want to say obnoxious. It just like wants to shove it in your face so badly, but then once you play it for the given duration, then you realize, oh, this is. You just do this, move cursor here, move cursor there. Not
Well,
really as engaging as.
Yeah.
One game relies more on challenge, and that feels like it's more of a game because challenge is really what's at the essence of what a game is.
Mhm.
You won't play a game because it's easy.
Yeah.
Or at
So
least-
they're like, oh,
Co-op is more driven on its control. The control drives its game.
wasn't there like, actually I don't have the paper with. There's like a paper that tells like, there's like 5 different things that a game might explore, and like for co-op it was challenge, I guess, and then for like EnviroBear it would be more, what would you call that? Like
Spontaneity, surreal.
Comedy.
I guess it's kind of
Surrealist.
Yeah, like visual impact. I guess that was what the game was trying to get across. Because like as you crash into things, the entire screen moves.
Right, you put in these inputs, like you accidentally drive into a tree and you get this interesting output of all these leaves
Right.
fall in your car all of a sudden. There's leaves in my car. Bear, you can't drive.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to say like what isn't a game. But this is more of a discussion, not like a set in stone. We have to decide something. I like this guy.
No, I'm just reading.
So this is something Simulator 3000. So like the
What?
train simulator or like railway simulator, like all of these simulator games that just kind of do stuff and there's no point to it. It just enacts something and you do it because you like the thing or because you find it fun to go through the motions or whatever.
Like it's more of a toy than a game.
All right. So how does SimCity apply to that? Like, does SimCity have a goal aside from
Be the best
kind of
city in
making
the
a
world.
city do stuff?
It has a goal of making a city that can sustain itself.
Right. So that, in a sense, is kind of like making the simulation inherently a game. Like finding something that kind of is a game in itself and making a simulator of it. What about driving a train just like on a track? Like there's a preset track and there's a preset train and you can like push a button and it goes and stop pushing it and it stops.
Well, that's not a very accurate train depiction.
Right.
There's a lot
Well,
of stuff
okay.
going on.
So if it was a more accurate
Train
train.
simulator.
So in a sense, you could take like almost anything in real life, depict it accurately, and that would be a game.
Yes.
But what means would you be going for? Like as a developer, what
Right.
would you be trying to do?
So what about this thing? Oh god, I love this game, but this thing.
Oh,
I
that
know.
thing.
That's a game.
You know this
Yeah,
game?
I know that game.
So I saw one of my like friends' little brothers playing this game one time, and I was just like, what? So you can draw lines, and it's just like it simulates sand. Sand falling. And people. Yeah, that's a little silly. Imagine the people aren't there.
You can set them on fire.
Yeah.
There are so many different kinds of versions of these.
Right, so it has like fire, sand.
What are they doing?
What?
You can draw fire, sand.
Ah, they're burning. Oh no.
Go away, die, all you people.
Oh, the spawning.
You can type.
And so you can attack your stuff and it's raining through. Is this a game?
Yeah.
It is.
I think an interesting discussion would be what would be the difference between a toy and a video game.
Right. Yeah.
Video.
Well, it's like the beginning of Minecraft before it actually had purpose. And
Exactly.
It's a sandbox.
Right.
Sandbox.
It's a sandbox. So this is a sandbox. Is this
The ultimate example of a sandbox.
It's a box with sand in it.
It's from the side
It's like,
perspective.
help me, I'm drowning. Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. Just kind
They're
of
just
think
like
about
frozen there.
Why are the sands of different color? What do they represent? What do
That one
they
is
Water,
salt,
water,
that
plants.
one's water.
Use the
This
pink.
one's
Use the pink
oil.
one, and then set it on fire. It explodes. The pink one. Yeah.
If it touches anything, it explodes apparently.
Boom.
It destroys everything.
They're still alive.
Boom.
Jeez.
Wow.
Right, anyway, yeah. So I mean, it's kind of novel, but there isn't even a point to this. This is just kind of messing around with physics.
You kind of make the point yourself.
Right.
There's a
Find your
community
own
around
level.
this game that makes custom levels,
Yeah.
and you download them and you like see what happens. Kind of like Line Rider. This is very similar to Line Rider. It's
Mhm.
like Line Rider.
Roblox has a community. It's for little kids, but it's still,
Have you played Roblox?
Roblox.
Roblox.
Yeah, it has programming in it. Java. I mean, well, it's Eclipse. I don't know what it was called, but it's a type of Java, and you can actually program in it. There was like this guy who's like legendary at it, and he'd like make his own video games. You could change the sword programming so you could actually move around the sword depending where your mouse is, and you like duel people. No one can play.
They do that in
It's a lot of
Swords,
fun.
though. Chivalry did it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
They had like a bunch of
The end of this.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Just
Yep.
something to think about and talk about. I don't like this game. I think it sucks. But you
That
know.
game is amazing.
Fun at first.
No.
So, but
I think this goes on the border of like toy to me.
Yeah.
I think in a sense that like a toy is something that you can make a game out of, but is not a game.
I think-
but then what differentiates this from the beginning of Minecraft when it had no purpose?
It
Right.
seems similar.
Yeah.
Was it a game?
Or Minecraft in free mode.
It seemed more like.
But tree equals woods, and then make wood into something.
Well,
Well,
you
that's-
have rules here too.
Well,
Yeah.
is it a game once you have a purpose? Like Minecraft feels much more like a game when you have a purpose, and this feels more like a game when you have purpose. When you want to design a level that does this, it's in
Yeah.
essence the game.
Same thing.
I would
about
almost like to
Minecraft.
say, I almost like to say this, like toys can be games. Games are essentially toys, but with a purpose. But not all toys are necessarily games. I feel like.
Sure.
That's how
It's
I
a
feel.
very blurry border.
Like,
Yeah.
it would
It's like
be,
squares.
in a way.
I blame it on the
know.
motion blur we use.
Well,
You're
at
like,
least that has
press this, you get
mathematics.
visuals,
It's like-
like
All squares can
stimuli.
I mean,
Yeah. And then if you really want to, this game is like
Oh,
drunk
yeah.
babies fighting.
It's
drunk
really
baby.
fun.
It's
Drunk babies fighting.
Sumo
You
Thai.
have like 2 controls to move and fight. It's really fun. I would recommend downloading it.
I think I've seen this.
You just like cannot balance
Sometimes
the
it's
crap.
Sumo Tori.
And you like try to get up.
I remember
You have very big problems getting up.
Is this the same guy who made Koba?
No.
No.
it seems similar enough.
inspired by the.
No, he made a game called GURP, which was actually pretty fun.
And it made it to the IGF last year.
Yeah. So that's this game. Sumatori Dreams.
That game's fun.
Get it if you want to. Alright.
You should
That
post
game
links
sounds
to
like-
them.
Yeah,